Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about the 10 things that I don't understand. Number 10. Why companies sell their franchises. For instance, why did Bungie sell Halo? That was their best-selling game ever. Or at least now until Destiny, but you know, what was the point of them selling it? I mean, not that I have a problem with 343 taking it over. I mean, they're doing a fantastic job at it. I'm just curious as to why that was. And same goes for George Lucas and Lucasfilm. Why did they sell Star Wars? And to Disney, of all people. Because, you know they're gonna screw it up. I mean, with Star Wars Rebels and, on Disney Channel, and Princess Leia's probably gonna be a Disney princess. And plus they canceled a few awesome games that would have come out. Awesome and for mature Star Wars stuff. And no, it's too mature for our audience. Who cares about your audience? Let them worry about 10 and up games or stuff like that. E for everyone. Whatever. Let them play Lego Star Wars. Leave us hardcore geeks to our awesome stuff. And also, why did they sell Marvel to Disney too? Just why do companies sell their franchises is just what I don't understand. It's weird. Number 9. Why do American patriots drive Toyotas and other such things like that? I mean, sure, Tundras and whatever else are made here in America and blah blah blah, but it's still a Japanese company. If you're going to be an American patriot, be all America. Drive something under Ford or GM or Chrysler or, something like that. It just doesn't make much sense to me. I mean, sure, you have the freedom to drive whatever you want. I'm just saying, if you're going to be representing America and you're going to be a patriot about it all in America, wouldn't it make sense to drive an actual American vehicle under an American company? I'm just saying. Number 8. How come Battlefield 4, when you have iron sights on your gun, a lot of the times while the game is still loading the server, it'll be a wall. Like, you can't see through it and it's all triangular and crud until it finally loads up, and then it goes to iron sights. As well as, just the game in general loading. As soon as I began on a server, nothing popped up. Like, I didn't have my gun. I was walking around like this. And I was getting shot at. But I had nothing to defend myself with because I didn't load the gun yet. Why does Battlefield 4 need to load and all that? As well as the sound and, everything's all pixelized until it finally loads up and the sound is not there. You hear gunshots, but say you're in a helicopter, the sound doesn't come up until 2 minutes later. Titanfall is a great game, okay? Titanfall, well, I mean, it's okay, but what I mean by that is the graphics are fantastic and nothing ever has to load like Battlefield 4 does. I just don't get it. Number 7. Why do people, specifically in the South, or mostly, why do they fly the Confederate flag? Now, I touched on this subject in my last video, the top 10, or not top 10, but the 10 people I can't stand, and hardcore conservatives was one of them. But why do you people fly the Confederate flag? I mean, doesn't it stand for, I'm not against it, I just don't understand it, henceforth why it's on this list. Like, why do you fly that flag? It doesn't stand for slavery. I mean, the few years the Confederacy did exist, and that wasn't even their flag, by the way, that was just one of many other battle flags. Correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't they for slavery? I mean, why are you all, yeah, Confederacy? I mean, I don't understand that. Oh, it's a part of my southern heritage, that's like a German saying, waving the Nazi flag, saying it's part of his, heritage or what have you. It's basically the same concept, and I don't know, just comment below because I don't get it. And while we're on the topic of people in the South, let me go to number 6. Why, and this goes for anybody in America, in hot climates, and I'm mostly talking about the South because, why do you guys wear jeans? Especially in Texas, that's one of your main clothing. Why do you wear jeans in such hot weather? Don't you want to wear shorts? You know, like cargo shorts? I would. Maybe you guys are used to it, and that henceforth it just doesn't really affect you. Or, you know, you wear jeans because a lot of the time you're out ranching or what have you, and you know, you want to protect your legs. You know, I get all that, but you know, a lot of the time it's like a part of your culture. Why do you wear jeans all the time? And I'm not talking about, you know, people, you know, jeans are very casual, and I wear jeans a lot too. You know, it's just a casual thing here in America, but I mean, you know, ranchers out in the hot sun, you know, people wearing the cowboy hats and what have you, you know, wearing those tight jeans. Isn't that hot? Isn't that uncomfortable? Like, what? Number 5. Why? Okay, so with all the technology nowadays with video games are just getting phenomenal, you know, great graphics and everything. How come nobody's thought of this before? How come there's no game where you can do whatever you want? You know, just walk around, heck, own a house, own cars, and no, GTA 5 and whatnot doesn't apply to this, because all they use is parodies. You know, I don't want a Bravado Gauntlet, I want a Dodge Challenger. You know, I don't you know, I don't want a Banshee, I want a Dodge Viper, you know, just stuff like that. I don't want a Canis Mess, I want a Jeep Wrangler, you know, I want the real deal. And you know, I want real life products in a game. I want to be awesome first person. Think Forza Motorsports if it was, you know, also an FPS, if it was also like Minecraft where you could you know, create your own land, and you know, you can create buildings, and you can make your own little city, and you can own your own little place and hang out with your friends, each have your own cars and products and stuff. You can go to this garage and upgrade your car, kind of like in real life, only a little bit different, you know, a little bit simpler, and just stuff like that. And you know, why can't I crash the moon into the sun, and why can't I ride on an elephant while shooting and waving some flag of my choice? You know, I want to be able to do anything, you know, just whatever, walk around, do whatever you want, no boundaries, no limits of any kind, you know, first person, third person, it doesn't matter. Why haven't we made a game like this? You know, us gamers have been wanting this for so long now, and all you see nowadays is FPSs like Call of Duty and, you know, GTA, where you're limited to practically everything. You know, all you can do is walk around and kill people. But, you know, you really aren't unlimited stuff. You know, you can't do whatever you want. Or at least, in the least, make a game sort of like Minecraft where you can, you know, build houses and play with your friends, you know, own real life cars, not parodies, you know, build your own house. And I'm not talking about Minecraft where it's all blocky, you might need mods, blah, 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 blah. No Minecraft, no GTA. I'm talking about kind of a mix of the two, where it just comes together. The graphics are somewhat like Forza and Battlefield, where it's just epic. You know what I mean? And you can do whatever you want, somewhat like Sims, only in first person. You're in your house, you can play your CDs, and just everything. Like real life in a video game. Why don't we have that yet? That would be epic. Not to mention, even with all this technology, you know, in GTA, if it's a coupe, and even though there's back seats, only 2 people at a time. Why? You know, why can't we have a game where it's just like real life, where you open the door, pull the seat back, and the person can go back there? I don't get it. And, you know, in Call of Duty, how come we're so limited to the things we can have, like the accessories on the gun? That's why I like Battlefield. You know, the accessories on the gun, you know, the stuff you can have. Why are you limited? Oh, to make things fair. Have you ever played Battlefield? It's all fair. Everybody gets a shot at putting everything on their gun and everything and going at it, just destroying stuff. You know what I'm saying? And how come Call of Duty doesn't have vehicles yet? You know, with Advanced Warfare and whatnot, you'd think by now we would finally have vehicles, but no, we don't. Why? It's just so dumb. And how come people keep buying stuff like Call of Duty? Because, you know, the Call of Duty fanboys, every time Call of Duty introduces something new that games have been doing since the dawn of time, fanboys are like, whoa, that exists, that's so amazing. Whoa, exoskeleton suits. Whoa, well, that's so awesome. It's like, get with the system. Number 4, and this is going off topic since, you know, number 2 is also going to be about video games. But that aside, I touched upon this subject as well in my last top 10. How come we don't have a fence here in America, like a fence on the border? You know, Republicans and Democrats fight about it a lot, or did a year or two ago. As far as I remember, I don't know, but if they're still doing it. But for some reason, Democrats were, correct me if I'm wrong, were against building a fence. And I don't know why. You know, and why don't, I'm not with either party, but why don't you want to build a fence? You know, doesn't it make sense? But here's what I don't get. Okay, why aren't we building a fence? That's one thing, but another thing is how come there isn't a fence there already? Like, what did we have all these years? You know, all the last 200 years that we've been a nation, you know, 200 plus years, how come we've never had protection there in the first place? And if we did, where did it go to? That's what I don't get. Alright, back to the subject of video games. Number 2, how come in GTA 5, and this is just a little thing that I kind of wish would happen or need help with, I wish they would change this. How come when I go to off-road races, I cannot use my custom Canis Mesa, you know, my Jeep Wrangler, and no internet. I'm not talking about the Merryweather Jeep, the lifted Wrangler. And no, I'm not talking about the military variant as well. I'm talking about the regular, just the regular one you find driving on the street, the Canis Mesa, the regular one. You know, rooftop and no rooftop, just the regular one. That's all I'm saying. Is, you know, I took one and I can use it now. And for some reason, in off-road races, it is available, by the way, so it is considered an off-road vehicle. Because one, obviously, it's based off the Jeep Wrangler in real life, and that's as off-road as it gets. But what I mean is that in the game, you know, it's available when you're selecting cars and stuff. But if you have a custom one that you own, it's not available. Why? The Hummer, you know, the Mammoth Patriot, that's available as, you know, your custom one, but your custom Canis Mesa, I want to race with my custom Canis Mesa in off-road races. That would make all the sense in the world. That would be amazing. And, you know, call me a wimp, you know, for not using the Merryweather Jeep. I do have that too, but I'd rather just drive around my regular Jeep, you know. I want to use it. Why can't I? You know, Rockstar, fix that, or tell me how I can. Tell me how I can do that. Guys, comment below, because I really want to race my Canis Mesa. I hope it's possible, and if it's not, Rockstar, please fix it. And number uno, I've been wondering this ever since probably when I was younger, ever since the year 2007, what have you, when I was in, you know, elementary school in the late years, and then starting in middle school. When the Naked Brothers Band was a show, I don't know if you guys remember it, back in like 07 and those years, on Nickelodeon, you know, the Naked Brothers Band, alright? In the movie, you have Nat and Alex, you have David and that other kid, I don't remember his name, and you have Josh and Cole and Rosalina, right? You know, Josh is Rosalina's stepbrother, and, you know, so she joins and stuff like that. And, you know, the movie ends with all of them in the band. But, skip ahead to the show, which is supposedly takes place like 3 years later or something, I don't know. When they're all, you know, grown up a little bit more. They never touch upon this, they never mention it. It's as if they didn't even exist. Where did Josh and Cole go? I'm serious. Where did they go? You know, they're in the band at the end of the movie, but then you go to the show. Josh and Cole, there's no trace of them anywhere. They don't even mention them. Sure, they will mention the events of the movie, but they never mention Josh and Cole. It's as if they never existed. And then, who's Kwasim? You know, the new bass player dude, or was he the bass player? I don't remember. But, you know, the new guy, Kwasim, who the heck is he? Where did he come from? They're acting like he's always been in the band and Josh and Cole never existed. What? What the heck happened? I've been wondering that ever since then, although, you know, over the years I've grown not to care, but it's still a curiosity in my mind. What the heck happened? You know? Things like this make me think the Illuminati exists. Maybe they're part of the Illuminati. Maybe they, you know, tried to cover up the evidence of hiding the bodies or something. I don't know what happened, but they act like they never existed, and what the heck happened? I don't get it. So anyway, I hope this video was shorter than my last one. My last one was 26 minutes and it took like 6 hours to edit. No, you know, I'm hoping this one's shorter. I tried to go real fast on this one. But link will be in the description below if you want to check that out. The other video, the top 10 types of people I can't stand. Go check that one out. But comment below, what is the 10 things that you don't understand? The 10 things you don't get. Or just whatever you don't get. It doesn't have to be 10, just name however many you want. However many you can think of. Just comment below, what don't you get? And also, if you will, please, if you know the answers to any of the things that I don't get, comment below the answers to those and whatnot, because I would really like to know. Anyway, thank you for watching. Links will be in the description below for my social media as well as the books that I wrote and all that crud. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.